Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're starting on our second Christmas journal. And this one, I think, is available to Susan Rabe, R-A-B-E, I think is the name, Susan. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I've got the kit printed out, front and back. And then I've got my fabric chose. This is going to be the fabric, the cover, and then that'll be the inside. And then we'll have laces and everything else on there. So I've got lots of goodies. I've got some Florentine paper, some old vintage music paper, some old letters, 1859 book page, some coffee dyed paper, avocado dyed paper, and then some handmade paper. And this is straw paper, and so that is basically the kit. And this is our, let me think, Country Christmas, I think. I'm not sure. Can you believe that? I tell you, I cannot keep up with the names of them like Melina can. Let me look real quick. I think that's what the name of it is, but I know I need to tell y'all. I tell you what, I'll just have it linked below, and you guys can go over and check it out if you want to. So, and then I have some ephemera already cut out and made. I have some Tim Holtz ephemera that will go well with it. Edith Holden book pages. And then I have lots of extra pages printed that we're going to use and see what we can come up with today. Now, this is not Journal Thursday. Excuse me, my camera is crooked. This is Tag Along Tuesday. Yesterday we made tags, but we're going to make some different type tags today. So let me lay this aside because we're not actually going to be working with that. And if you got a fall journal, I have already contacted you. So check your emails and see if you have an email from me. If not, let me know. Just send me an email and I'll send you the link back to pay for your fall journal. Don't forget our flash sale for our digitals is running until 6 p.m. our time, and it's 3:55 our time now when I'm filming this, so a couple more hours that'll be running. Now, to make things a little bit quicker and easier today, I'm going to use some of these pre-made tags that we sold a little while ago, and I'm just going to start putting some things on there. I'm not going to cover the whole thing with paper this time. I think I'm going to cover pieces and parts. I think that's my plan anyway. We'll see what happens. I'll tear that. Oh, I got the wrong. I don't like it when I tear it that way. I tear it the wrong way. Let's try that again. I tell you what, why am I doing that with my fingers when I've got a tear ruler right here? When I tear it with my fingers, it looks like a rat chewed it. When I tear it with my ruler, it looks good. Oh, Lordy. I have one of those barometric pressure headaches today because our weather has been crazy today. This morning we started out with like in the 20s and cold and just really nasty, and then during the day it warmed up and I had to go and get the gray covered up today, so that took me a while, and I reckon just out and about in that I come back with a terrible headache. So okay, I think we'll put that right there, and I'm going to be using some vintage photo to do my inking. I like to ink my pieces up. And then we'll probably just use our art glitter glue to put it down. Now, someone yesterday told me that my camera was going blurry and then straightening back out. I don't know. I checked all my settings today. It seems to be all set right. But let me know if you're still having any problems, and I'll get my tech son-in-law over here to check it out again. It looks good right now, but now I know sometimes when I come up real close to the camera it will go out of focus, but that's just the autofocus that's on there. So that can't be helped. I try to keep my hand down and not do that, but you know, sometimes I forget there's even a camera on and I just film. Now I want those numbers on there, so I'm just going to do it about like that. I do have a towel somewhere. Try to wipe up as we go. Because that was a lot of glue, Edith. Lots of glue. I do have scissors. They have disappeared, but I do have them. There they are. So anyway, how are you doing today? How are you doing? I will survive this headache. I mean, I always do. It's just one of those things that I have to deal with. I know other people say they deal with the same thing when the barometric pressure, I can't even talk, see, goes up and down, so hopefully you're not dealing with too bad. I think on this side I'm going to put a little of this paper. This actually printed wrong, so, but there I go again. I'm tearing it with my hand, right? Tell me. Say, don't do that, Edith. You can tear it with your ruler. Looks much better. The rats didn't chew on it. But this didn't print correctly, and I tried to print it again, and it double dipped there, but I'm going to use it anyway. That doesn't bother me. This is a pretty little piece of paper, and we will be revealing this whole kit that goes with this little pretty piece of paper in a collab coming up pretty soon. I think Rachel from Rach and Bella Crafts has already revealed it. I think she started hers today. I think mine is next week sometime, my video. But I used a little piece of her background to print on that. I thought it was so pretty. And then my printer ended up eating the whole thing, so it messed it up. I had to print it on another sheet. But I said, I'm not throwing that sheet away because I'm going to use it. I won't even throw those little pieces away. I'll use those too, somewhere. I like that. I like that. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is, let's see. What are we going to do? Does anybody know? I got a new little stamp set, and this I got off of Amazon. It's not I mean, it was like $4 or something. It's very inexpensive. But I wanted one that had the little, like, water droplets on it, or whatever you call those. So I'm going to use, let's see, I think I might use that little stamp right there. And I just want to put some little stamps on that piece. Just stamping it a little bit. What would you call splatters and water droplets and that kind of thing. And I don't know what this one will be called. This one kind of bothers me because it's got lots of little dots on it, and I'm not a big dot fan. Dots bother me. Circles bother me. A lot of circles together. I got some kind of phobia. Does anybody know what kind of phobia I have? I know there's a name for it. This looks like, this is a texture that looks kind of like burlap, maybe. But I just thought I would put a little of that on there to just kind of fill in where, you know, it wasn't any kind of writing or anything. Alright, we got that. I'll link this below if I can remember. If I can't, just nudge me. Now, what else do we want to do? I definitely want a label on here. Let me grab, where are my labels? Anybody know? I'm having a hard time keeping up with things today. Now, I printed out some of Melina's labels that she has up in the store. And I think I'm going to use this one that says Trim the Tree. Labels are cute. They're about the right size for tags, too. And of course, you could always cut them down if you thought they were a little bit too big. But she's got them in all colors. I don't know how many pages she did. She's better at me than making labels because labels takes a long time. Believe me, they're not something you can do real quick. That's why a lot of times I just buy my labels. I don't do a lot of labels because they do take forever. Okay, I'm going to put that there. Alright, I think on this one I will do a little wraparound pocket at the bottom. I'm not crazy about that paper with that paper, so let me find another one that I like a little bit better. Which I love that paper, but I don't like it with that paper, if you understand that. I need one that's a little bit more colorful. Okay, I think I will cut the top of this paper off and use some of that. I can print that one again, so it's not a problem. Yeah, I like that better with it, that little piece. All right, what this is going to be is it's going to be a little wraparound pocket or belly band, whatever you want to use it for. And it's going to wrap around like that, but not all the way. It'll just wrap around a little bit on each side. You'll still have plenty of writing room on the back. But then you'll be able to use this, if you slide it up, you can use it as a little belly band to put another tag in, or leave it down at the bottom and use it for a little pocket. So we're going to cut... See, this is one that printed wrong too. I keep all of those and I work with them. Work with them on here. I'm going to cut just a little bit off of each side because I don't need that much to wrap around. And I told you this would be a little bit different than yesterday, so hopefully it will. I have plans to make some different tags, but now you know how I get going and I forget what I'm doing. And so then I end up, and I'm like, that was kind of the same thing I made yesterday. And the reason I want to wrap it around is because then you get the whole width of the pocket and not just from where you glued on each side. I like that. So we're going to put that down. But I am going to ink it first. Now, I didn't fold this over. You could fold it over if you wanted. Which, let's do that. Let's fold just a little piece over at the top. That'll give it a little bit more strength. I can't say strength for some reason. A little bit more strength there. And then we'll just cut these corners out because we don't need those. And we'll fold this over and glue it. It took me a long time to get into this video. Sorry about that. I just, like I said, it's one of those things that just kind of come to my head and I haven't done another one, so bear with me. We'll get there. Okay, we're going to glue this down on the back. Now, yes, I know I have to glue the bottom down, but I like to put this in place first. I can always stick my little glue up in there and get that bottom glued. Just have to do like that right there and put that little fine tip up there and glue that bottom. Now, you could leave enough that you could wrap the bottom around too, but I didn't want to do that. I don't need that much. So there is that little tag. And I like that stamping on there. Let's see if we have a focal point to put on here. Oh, there's that little guy again. We could put him down there. I like that. Let's do that. And see, this morning it was so cold. I put on a sweater and long pants, everything, and now I'm sitting here burning up. Which I've taken my sweater off, but still I'm hot. We have all 4 seasons around here in one day. Let's see, let's slide him over here. I'm going to slide his little feet in there just a little bit, just so I don't cover up my little word there that says tree. There we go. It's cute. I like that. And we could put something right there. We could put some trim there maybe. Got this little piece of trim that's just perfect for that. Let's put that down right there. And someone asked, what did I use to put my lace down with? I used Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix, whichever one that we've got the most of that I can grab a bottle of. And it seems to hold everything well, and it dries pretty quick. that kind of thing. So, okay, we'll punch I'll probably cover this, and then I'll punch a pull in the top and put some little seam binding in there. And I'll have that at the end of the video in the photos. Okay, let's see what we want to do with this one. I'm going to go with another piece of the book page because I liked that. We might do it on this side this time, but I'm going to kind of even it up a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll do it on this side. I think we're going to put this little piece on this side. You can use up lots of those scraps this way too. You don't have to cover the whole tag with the same paper. Just grab your scraps and piece it. And now I think we'll put a little band around that. And I'm thinking we might put this one in the middle and let it be a little belly band for another little tag or some ephemera or something that you want to slip down in there. And I'm going to use this piece, I think, fold it over. See what we come up with. What does that look like? I don't know. See, I don't know. I'm not sold on that in the middle. I think it'll be alright at the bottom. In the middle, it doesn't really catch my eye for some reason. Let's try it again and see. No, I'm going to put it at the bottom again. It just didn't do it for me in the middle. We'll get there. Put one in the middle in a minute. We may just have to put lace. I'm just not finding a paper that I want to do one in the middle with that kind of goes. Now you could make little tags to go in these, or you could just fill them with extra ephemera. Or whatever you might want. They don't have to be pockets that you put other tags in. They can be whatever pocket you want. Or not even a pocket at all. You could glue it all down. I just kind of like it. Let's see. Let me grab a little smaller tag. You could put even one that size in there and just have a little double stack tag. That would be cute. Just decorate that one up and put it in there. So we've got the bottom glued. Let's do a label, and I think I'm going to go with green again. And I'm just going to do Happy Holidays, the one right there on top. Can't cut it with my scissors. My gizzards. I think I want that down here. Give that a little bit more something. Right, and then we need just a focal point. Santa blends too much. Nope. I don't know what all I have cut out here. Let's see. I have this cut out, but I think that's way too big. Well, you know what? It won't be too big if I took a little bit of the jar down there. What do you think about that? I kind of like it. think we'll do that. I've got more of these jars that are a different size. I printed them different sizes, so I just don't have them cut out. So this one we're going to use on here. It needs something bright on it. And these jars I do believe are, I think they're in the kit. Oops, come on now. You got to go to the right spot. There we go. And I'll trim these little pieces off. So there's another little tag. I think that one's cute. I think on this one I hate to lose my little boy, so I think I'll do him. I'm going to have a little piece at the bottom that it's not going to cover, but I can cut that off. I just want to get my little boy on there and part of the Christmas tree. And this one I think I'll just make plain. I'm not going to worry about doing two different pieces or anything like that. I've got two separate tags here too. Does anybody else have a hard time doing Christmas? I don't know why I have such a hard time doing Christmas. I struggle with Christmas, doing Christmas projects. And I think it's because I want to do all of them so bright and cheery. And sometimes it's just not bright and cheery. Sometimes your paper is just not there. It's a different texture, a different shade or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes I just struggle with it. It all depends on what day it is, I guess. I mean, I love it after I get it finished. But it's just one of those things that it's like, I want it to be perfect. I want it to all look Christmassy. I don't want and see, to me, that looks Christmassy. He's looking at his little list or something there, isn't he? I'm going to trim that little tiny bit off at the bottom. Oh, he's a cutie. And I don't think we need anything else on him except maybe a little label right down here. Trying to find one that will fit him pretty well. Let's do magical time. It's always a magical time for the kiddos, isn't it? I wish we could keep that feeling of Christmas even when we're older. I can remember how excited I used to get at Christmas time. And, you know, we very seldom got very many toys. We would get an apple and an orange and a stick of peppermint candy and maybe one toy. But it was just so much fun because all of my older brothers and sisters that were married, they all came home and we all got together and ate and just played games and had a good time. And it was so much fun. Because you just, I don't know, it did feel magical. And now I think all of the mess that we have going on around us and all of that takes some of the fun out of it when you get older. I like that. That's cute. I don't think that little tag needs anything else except a backing on there. And I might stitch around him a little bit just to give him a little bit extra oomph. Right. Let's see what else we can do. I want to do one and use my Santa on there. So I might use this paper since it's a more of a solid background, kind of. So I guess these tags are not going to be too special. They're not going to be too exciting. Just a little different here and there. You know, I see on Pinterest, I see all these elaborate tags and I think, oh, those are so pretty. But I know it takes that person a ton of time to make that tag. Because just a regular tag takes a ton of time. And when you put all of that extra work in there, it really does take a lot of time. And if I did that, I would never get a journal finished. Never. If I took that long with one tag. I mean, I'm slow enough as it is, so. go. And you may hear my stomach again. I'm not hungry at all. I did have a salad for lunch. But it just kind of, some days it kind of talks to me all day long. Kind of keeps me company. Oh, I think he looks good there. I'm going to put, where I've got these white places, I'm going to put a little bit of ink on there just to cover them up. Now, I need a little something down there at the bottom so he doesn't look like he's just floating in midair. And we may just put a piece of lace across there. See what this one looks like. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a vintage lace, and he looks like an old vintage Santa, so I think that'll look good. I am going to wrap it around a little bit, just so that it'll glue a little bit better. So let's do that first. And then go ahead and put our other pieces down. Yeah. And you don't have to do this. I just decided I wanted to for some reason. This is a very thin lace because it's very old. And I'm not making a pocket out of it or anything. I just thought I would wrap a little bit of it around. And I'll probably end up putting the journal over the top of that. The journal, whatever I put on the back to journal on, because this is so thin it won't matter. It won't hurt a thing. Very, very thin. There we go. Now let's put our little Santa. Put him right there. And then we can put a label or something at the top. Let's do 'Tis the Season. And again, this is Melina's labels that she just put up. Well, I just put up, I think, a couple of days ago. And I'm going to put that right kind of behind his head, just a little bit. Let's see if I can get it straight. Then we'll put him down. Oh yeah, I like him. I like that. What do you think? I think right down here I might need some bling. What do you think about that? I hadn't put any bling on in a while. Oh, I got a little piece that I found right here. Yeah, what is Christmas without bling? There we go. There is that one. Now, if you don't have these, just use the paper and make tags from the paper. You do not have to have these already pre-made tags. I'm just doing it today with those because it'll make it a little bit quicker. But you don't have to. I think I'm actually going to make a larger tag, and I'm going to use this sheet from our kit. And I'm going to try to do it a trifold. May not be exact, but okay. Let's see. I think I like this one on the outside. Now this is going to be a tall tag that we can use in a journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this part right here with some paper. And that's going to be the writable part of it that you can write on. And then that other will be our tag or tag pocket. I have no clue how this is going to work. We're just going to see if it works. Okay. Let's fold that one up again. Got so much glue on my fingers. Okay, so if we glue that down and let that be our tag pocket, then we can still cut this at an angle and that will be our tag. I'm going to cut a little bit off at the top. So I got a little bit of white showing there. And then I'm going to cut a little bit at the bottom. So that other paper didn't come down quite long enough. Okay. So then we've got writing space here. This can be a tag pocket. So we're going to glue this down. Right down through here. Oh, not so crooked. Need to go straighter. And across the bottom, and then you just, and I could have folded a piece of that down and it made the pocket a little wider, but that's okay. I didn't, and that's okay. Okay, so this will be a little tag pocket, and this will be a tag. I'll cut them both like that. It's buried, I'm sure, somewhere. I've been working on 4 different journals. I finished a few of them, and then I needed to start on this one, so. My desk is a little bit of a mess. No, it's a lot of a mess. Look at that hanging on my finger. Okay, so you can put, we'll leave that open. You can insert a little tag in there. You can write on here, and then that will fold around and make a little front cover for it. So it's a tag, a pocket, and a cover. I like that. And you could clip this on if you didn't want to stick it, you know, glue it down. You could clip it on, it doesn't matter. I don't know what I'll do with it. I just made it. We could put that little sign up there. It just says North Pole Brewing Company. That one there. Let's see if I've got it pretty well straight. Looks like I might. So there we go. And then I can put a little punch in there and a little piece of seam binding in it. We could also put, you could also put a little label down here, like Christmas wishes or something if you wanted. I may do that later. Right now I think I'm going to leave it. But that's another little tag. Alright guys, I think that is it for today's video. We made 5 tags, so that's a pretty good start. Which, like I said, I already had a bag full of ephemera that I had made earlier. So we're doing pretty good on this journal so far. I need to stitch the signature in. I may do that Thursday on the video if you want me to. If not, then I'll stitch it in off camera and we'll just work on something else on Thursday. Just let me know what you think. Alright, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.